Hi everyone, Steven from Futurelooks, and today we're going to be checking out a monitor that's a perfect complement for AMD's Eyefinity 6 technology. Now there are a lot of different ways to get Eyefinity 6. You can make your own monitor array up, or you can buy one off the shelf. And Samsung is one of few companies that offers complete solutions for both Eyefinity 3 and Eyefinity 6 technology. And today we are going to be unboxing one of the bigger displays. It's called the MD230X6, which is Samsung's professional display that offers an array of 6 monitors that works with the ATI Radeon E6 version of the HD5870 video card. Now this particular array is made up of 6 23-inch monitors that have a resolution of 1920 by 1080. Panels on this array are PVA panels, so they're a little bit better quality than the TN panels in terms of color production, but they're still fairly respectable in response time because they're still about 8 milliseconds each. Contrast ratio on these gives a dynamic ratio of 150,000 to 1, but its static ratio is 3,000 to 1. They are DisplayPort certified, but you can also run DVI and VGA off of them. Now normally you see the MD230X6 on display at a mall or a gaming convention or even a trade show. You never really get to see what this thing looks like when you pull it out of its carton and set it up. So what we're going to provide for you today is a special look at how this thing sets up. We're going to take it out of the box, unpack it all here for you to show you what you get, and then assemble it, probably using a time lapse because it'll just take me too long to run it all the way through, and then show you what the finished product all looks like and go through some of the features. Now the MD230X6 monitor array comes in a massive box. It's basically the size of a dishwashing machine if you've ever seen one at Home Depot. It's pretty big. As you can see here, I'm pulling the tabs apart to get the top part of the box off to show you what's inside. And once we get inside here, you can see that the 2 sets of monitors are actually stacked on top of each other. You get 3 monitors on the top, 3 monitors on the bottom. Now that we've got the cover off, we've actually parked the monitors right behind me, and I'm going to unbox this piece by piece for you to show you what you get inside the box of one of these monstrosities. So let's start with the top layer here. Now these are special thin versions of Samsung monitors, thin bezel versions, sorry. You can see that the bezel here is actually very minimalistic. So there's 1, 2, 3 in the top layer. They're all the same. And also on the top layer, you get a bunch of accessories. What do we get here? We get a SyncMaster CD. We get an assembly guide, which we'll probably need. There's warranty information. In this case, it is a 3-year parts and labor warranty from Samsung Canada, which is very good for a monitor. There's also a warranty card. And of course we have the guts of the accessory package. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 power cords to power up the monitors. These look like they're more for cable management. There's these magnetic strips, and I have no clue what these are for. Here's one of the mounts. There's more of these suckers right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these, so 7 plus 1 more. It looks like there's 8 of them in the box. There's also more of these well, these look different, but I think they work together with these guys to cable manage. So in the second level, you get another accessory box, and it looks like this particular box comes with more power cables. These look like pass-throughs, so I think what happens is that these attach to the monitors themselves, and then those extensions actually attach to these. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there should be 1 more in here somewhere, I think. Nope, there is not. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. Now there's got to be a good reason for that, so hopefully we find that out in assembly. We've got what looks like the remote control, and this looks to actually be what you would normally have on the monitors themselves, like the OS, like what controls the OSD and everything. This is actually a remote version of it. This looks like a display port cable, so you get one of these, 2 of these, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and that of course attaches to the special E6 version of the HD 5870 ATI graphics card. You also get a couple of DVI cables, what looks like a USB cable, and what looks like a few more USB cables. And based on the number of these cables, I believe that what happens is that these daisy chain together on the monitor, and what that allows you to do is to use this remote control, because there is a USB fitting on it to globally control all the monitors. So I guess that's how that works out. And finally, there are some plates here, and I'd imagine that these are for screwing together the monitors so they don't come apart when you've done the final assembly. On the bottom level, you've got 3 more of these lovely panels. So 1, 2, and 3. Lovely 23-inch thin bezel LCD PVA monitors, and heavy professional stand. So now that we've unpacked the 6 monitors, stand, and accessories to make up the MD230X6, it's time to put this thing together. At about 100 pounds fully assembled, the MD230X6 is clearly massive. I mean, I'm standing right beside it and the thing is humongous. If you are looking to tackle the assembly job yourself, I recommend that you don't. Get someone to help you out. It's probably worth it. But now we're going to try to tackle the cable management. And one thing that's really neat about this particular monitor is the fact that you can use one single power cable to power the whole thing, and I'll show you how this works. Now, if you remember when we were unboxing this monitor, I mentioned that there were only 5 of these what looked like pass-through type power cables. Well, that's there for a reason. You see, these 5 pass-through power cables actually daisy chain all of these monitors together on one single line, and by doing that, all you need to do is use one single power cable. Okay, so now that we've got all the power cables daisy chained, you can see that I've daisy chained this one to this one, this one to this one, this one to this one, and this one to this one, and then this one back over to the middle one. There's actually two power plugs that you can use to plug this into the wall. You can either use the power plug on this monitor, or you can use the power plug on this monitor. Now, I'm more apt to use the one on the middle, but in some applications where your outlet's on either the left or the right, you can actually reconfigure all the cabling to favor one side or the other. But in this case, you've got a power plug here to power the whole setup, or you can plug it in here to power the whole setup up, which is pretty neat actually. So one single power cord does it. Now, of course, there is that remote control, which is this gadget right here, and that allows you to control the settings on each monitor without having to touch any of the monitors. One thing that you'll also notice is that there are no controls on any of the monitors, so you need to have this device in order to set all the monitors up properly. So what this does is it's similar to what we did here with the power cables. It daisy chains through, and Samsung has provided 1, 2, 3 cables here, and basically what happens is that it goes from the control in to the control out, and daisy chains on each of these particular monitors. Depending on where you end up, you could have this control either plugged into this monitor here, or the monitor here, or the monitor in the middle. So this last final cable is for the remote control, and as you can see, I figured out a way to kind of get everything daisy chained to center to the center monitor, which is kind of cool. So everything will be coming out of here. So as you can see on the remote, you've got a source selector from VGA, DVI, and also the display port. You can also see that there's a monitor selection here. And this here allows you to select from 1, 2, 3, and 4. I assume that there's going to be an OSD on the screen that you're controlling. You can also do a monitor check, and as you can see here, it's getting quite messy. There's no good way to say it, but this is kind of a rat's nest back here. And once you start plugging in the DisplayPort cables, it's going to get even messier. You've got 6 DisplayPort cables coming out of here, and they're all terminated into the back of your HD5870 that's going to go into your PC. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of mess and effort required to get to iFinity 6. We're hoping that it's worth it. This whole setup here will cost you $3,599. That's $3,599 US dollars. It's definitely not the cheapest way to get iFinity 6, but it is one way to get it. And we're going to be testing out and trying out what iFinity 6 is all about a little bit later on with this HD5870 finally plugged into a system. So if you like what you see here on our channel and you want to see us assemble more or unbox more cool stuff like this, hit the subscribe button, let us know that we're doing a good job, or leave us a comment and let us know where we can improve. My name is Steven, and thanks again for watching our channel.